Hi mathematicians, I wanted to show you another strategy for multiplication, and this time we're going to continue our work with rectangle or area models. Sometimes when I look at a rectangle like this or an area model, I want to count all the squares, but I know that sometimes I don't count accurately, and it's better if I split the rectangles and find what we call partial products. So for example, I'm just going to close this so you guys can see how I do this. I can break this rectangle up into twos because I see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. And I can do that by going here to shapes and clicking on the square shape and kind of going right over it. Because it's filled in, I'm going to say I want it transparent so I can see through it. And I'll even give myself a color. And I'll be able to see it nicely. And now I know right here that this is 2 rows, 1, 2, and each row has 7 in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, you guys all know that 2 rows of 7 are 2 times 7. Oops. 2 times 7 is 14. So I'll write that here. 2 times 7 is 14. And I also know that the other side of this rectangle I can still count because it's just a double. So that other part of the rectangle is also 2 rows of 7 or 2 times 14. So I'm going to put that over here. Now I can easily just add up the two products, which would be 14 plus 14 to get a total of, I can even put, I can put this over here and put this over here. And now I know that 14 plus 14 is 28. Or another way of saying this is 4 times 7 is 28, or it's equal to 28. I'll let you guys see that a little bit better. Okay, so by splitting up the rectangle, I'm able to find the product or the area a little bit more simply. So similarly, I'm going to show you another rectangle. So this is a really big one, and I'm really worried if I try to count all of these, I'll end up messing up and skipping one. So again, I'm going to just count the number in my rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so 12. That's a pretty difficult number to multiply by. But what if I just go to 10? What if I multiply by 10? So I'm going to go over here, go to my shapes again, and I'm going to square off 10, and I counted back 2 rather than counting up. It's a little easier that way. And again, this is not transparent, so now I can see it. I'll give my border a little bit of color. Okay. Now I know, did you guys see that? This was 12, so I just counted back 1, 2, and I know that 12 minus 2 is 10. So now I have 10 in each of these rows. And how many rows do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so now I have 7 rows with 10 in each row. Well, you guys know that. You guys know how your 7 times 10. 7 times 10 is 70. Now, that is much easier for me to do. So now I'm going to put that in that area. And now I have this area left. So I'll go ahead and just copy that. And I'll make it much smaller. And I'll drag it over here to show that's the other area I'm measuring. And now I just have 7 rows of 2. And you guys know what 7 rows of 2 is. 7 times 2. I can put that over here. So 7 times 2 is 14. That's right. Or 7 plus 7 is 14. Now all I have to do to find the area of this whole rectangle is to add up my 2 products, 70 and 14. That's going to be my last step. So now 70 plus 14 is 84. Or another way to say that is 7 times 12, because that's what we did all together, is 84. And there you have it. So on your next task is you're going to be doing something very similar. I'm going to give you some rectangles, and you're going to work on splitting up the rectangles to find the total area.